you go to Germany. It is their second league at that point in
Hmm.
time. We were talking a little bit off the pod in terms of how much you were earning, and it was a
Yeah.
good enough spot for you to get started. But take us through that
Yeah.
first year and what that was like getting adapted to another country,
Yeah,
your
absolutely.
first real employment after college, basically the whole
Hmm.
thing.
Yeah, it was. I didn't really know what to expect. First of all, I had never been. I'd been to Mexico and been to the Bahamas, but I'd never been to Europe, and didn't have much information on it. It's not. I mean, obviously we had the internet, but the information about overseas basketball wasn't nearly as easily accessible and as it is now. So I signed a contract, and I'm making less than $1,000 a month, which I thought again at the time I was happy with. It was my first experience. I go over there. I told my family, yeah, I'll go try it. I'll go try it for a year, two. We'll see what happens. A good experience to travel around and see different things I'll never get to see otherwise. Um, and then here I am 12 years later. But that first year was tough. I remember my first. I think I went over August 15th, and I can remember calling my mom and dad and being like, "Hey, I'm coming home. I'm not. This is not for me." I was homesick. I was an extremely picky eater. I couldn't adjust. I couldn't drive the stupid car because it was stick shift. Everything was different. We practiced on a rubber floor. We didn't have a physio. We had, everything was different. And when you go and play professional basketball, you think, oh, I'm going to play professional basketball. But in reality, a lot of the clubs, and especially in lower divisions, are not near as professional as where you go to college. And I think that's a very common misconception is that's how a lot of stuff is over here. I love that club and I love the city and ended up being an unbelievable experience. We weren't very good. We actually got relegated my first year. We came down to the last game of the season and we had to win to stay in the league, and we got beat. So we ended up dropping down to the third league, and yeah, tough experience there. But I loved everyone there. I loved the city. I loved the people, and it was a really good first year experience, other than the wins and losses.
And as far as how were you, if you could kind of expand on that a little bit, how were you received? As again, it's a second tier club, and it wound up, like you said, not very good. Wound up getting relegated. But what was like the reaction from like the actual town and the people in the town? Like, how many people are usually going to games, roughly?
Mm-hmm.
And what was the experience like around town where you were recognized or obviously welcomed because you had a good experience? But
Right,
what was that actually
right.
like?
Yeah, it was actually pretty cool because the team had come from the fourth league, right? So they were in the fourth league, and then one moved up to the third league, and then one moved up to the second league. So it was like it was kind of a big experiment for the club because they knew. I think they really knew they weren't ready to be in that second tier of Germany, which is it's a good level of basketball. As an organization, they weren't ready. I mean, again, we didn't have any full time professional Germans at the beginning. They brought in three rookies, me, another guy from a Division II, and then a guard from a Division I, Sacred Heart. We were all rookies and didn't have a clue about European basketball. And again, with Germans that they had brought up from the fourth league, and then I think they sprinkled in one or two more. And to be honest, we just weren't a very good basketball team. Didn't have that much talent, and you throw in three rookies, and it was tough. But the club was with us the whole way. They were positive the whole way. It was just it was a great experience, really. Great. It was the attendance was good all year. We played in. They had to move gyms because the small gym that they had played in the lower leagues wasn't big enough, and so we had to move to this bigger gym in Augsburg. And I remember the last game of the year. I want to say there was 2,500, 3,000 people there. I would say on average 1,000 people, if I had to guess. A long time ago, but the experience was great, and the people were with us the whole way because I think they just appreciated that. We kept fighting the whole year, regardless of the wins and losses.
Hello, and thanks for watching. Be sure to give the video a like, and you can watch more videos over here. You can also click subscribe over here so you're notified when we have new content here on Expat Hoops.